What
Guys think I've done well outside the home, so my home should honor me. When in fact, you've done well outside the home. You're not doing well in the home. So you don't deserve jack in the home.
That's right.
I'm struggling to find attraction in people, and I am attracted to toxic people.
Let's transition into that topic. Porn.
Hey.
It's one of those big things.
Porn.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, you talk to certain circles, and I feel like now maybe it's just my algorithm, but there's starting to be more of like an awakening, if you want to call it that. That
awakening
porn does damage the brain, relationships.
100%.
It's not good for.
And so that's why it's like, if I just try and stop doing it, it's not going to work, because it's like, can you just stop being a crack addict tomorrow?
Was that one thing where it's like, no, this is like the skeletons in my closet. I was like, she's going to leave me. If she finds out, I'm going to lose my friends. They're not going to think as highly of me anymore. My reputation is going to blah, blah, blah. And
Hey, welcome to Triggered. I'm so pumped because this is a 3-pod special.
How good?
With the people I trust the most. It's the end of the year. We're doing a Christmas special, and I obviously checked some stuff on socials. Wanted to get some feedback on what people actually want to hear, topics, discussion, questions. They sent it through. The people have spoken, and they've sent some stuff through that's you'd probably only have a conversation behind closed doors. With these topics and these questions. And so what I decided to do was put the camera on with the people that I trust the most. Which is you guys. And to have honest, like open-ended conversation and soundboard.
Right.
We like to, well, I'm a verbal processor, but I feel like once we get into it, we really, we go places. At the same time, I know you guys' journey, so it helps with,
no,
I trust. I have a trust in this this group that there's going to be some dimes dropped.
Great.
I value everyone's opinion in here, which is going to be epic.
Great.
But how we're going to do it is I just basically sent all of the stuff from socials to Oz, and Oz was like, "Cool, I'll work on what's important, all that kind of stuff." And so Oz is going to lead us today with like, throw some stuff out.
Sweet.
And then we're just going to take it and run with it and see where it goes. Unfiltered, raw.
Great.
Real. Let's get it.
Come
I'm
on.
pumped.
Come on.
I'm pumped.
Today's first topic of discussion, porn.
Straight into it.
Bro, I was like, look at that. Bro, that ain't even there.
Yo.
Oh, wow.
Okay, man. Starting off hot, bro. Real talk.
Nah, just kidding. We're gonna work up to that though.
We're gonna warm up.
It's a relevant topic.
Okay, great.
I feel like this was very topical for us to start because it's the time of year. You're going to your family and Christmas dinner, Christmas lunch, people you haven't seen in a while. Some people you may not even get along with.
Oh, facts.
In the same environment, they think some stuff about you. So we had a few questions about people wondering, how do I navigate these sort of situations? With family relationships that are normally strained when it comes to this time of year, because people are prone to get triggered in these environments. So, family perceptions and trying to, navigate that sort of thing. So I thought we'll chuck that out as our first topic of discussion. And we'll run that. Relationships around
Christmas,
family,
being triggered
and Christmas, and just being triggered.
I feel like James.
Merry
I
Christmas.
feel like this is relevant to you, bro.
100%. This goes back to that. Yeah.
Look, I feel like it used to be relevant to me.
Hey, come on now.
You know what I mean? It used to
Then
be
I got delivered.
I'm not triggered no more.
I get triggered at my family.
That is
Hey,
crazy.
come on now.
Wow.
Nah, it's good.
It's good. Look. What can I say? Do some work on yourself.
Do some work on yourself.
You know what I mean? I've got no time to be triggered, is what I've figured out. Look, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Also, I do get triggered often. But I think the key thing I always go, what is that angst that you're feeling in anticipation? Yeah, in anticipation going into Christmas. And like trying to associate it. Obviously, we don't have to do all the disclaimers around neurofit, but obviously it's always connected to a story. So if you've got triggering experiences around Christmas or family or anything like that, then obviously as you're forced into an environment where that's going to be exposed, it's a great way to audit your heart life towards someone. So I'm like, if there's like this angst coming up to Christmas,
Yeah.
and it's got to do with your family, I'm like, cool, that's an emotional audit around who do I have to forgive, who do I
What I need to deal with.
yeah, what do I need to deal with? Why does this person have authority to ruin Christmas for me? And
Why
I think
does this person have authority to ruin Christmas for me?
facts.
That's such a good way to put it.
Yeah. Well, it's
it is.
true. Like,
Yeah.
it's who's the Grinch in your life? You know what I mean?
Hey.
Who's the Grinch in your life?
Wow.
And
it was my mother-in-law.
yeah,
It came to my
Thanks. But it's true because I'm like, well, and then using the I don't. Is the Grinch called the Grinch? Is that the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one.
But like, obviously, the end of that movie is the Grinch gets a heart. But I honestly feel like if you kill someone with kindness and love and get to know their story, it kind of gives you that same effect that happens at the Grinch. Like, you get a bit of compassion for someone. No one's made that way. They probably have their own things, and so it's kind of like I always try and go, how can I kill someone with kindness? It doesn't take much. I've been practicing a lot at the moment. It's like if you kill someone with kindness enough, I feel like their walls kind of break.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be a dick to someone that's constantly nice to you, eh?
Yeah,
Like,
so
you
true.
you got some real issues.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they're like, often we look at divorce rates, it normally peaks at Feb post holidays.
Yeah.
Like in New Zealand, it's like, oh cool, we've got to go home. We go home for a month, and we're with the people that I can't escape to work. I'm not going to get, like if you think of like work, I'm getting things done on a daily basis. So there's this instant feedback loop of achievement and performance that makes me feel good at the end of the day. I'm not getting that now.
Yeah.
And so it's like tension rises.
Yeah.
We see that we're actually quite disconnected.
Yeah.
And then we make rash decisions out of the frustration of what's at home.
True.
Cool, I'm out. And then, divorce rates go through the roof.
100%.
Around Feb.
Around
Yeah,
Feb.
because I would have got separated. Yeah, the week before Christmas. It would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then I think, but it's because I honestly think it's like you come to end of the year and I feel like you do kind of like, is this where I want to be? Is this where I'm enjoying it? And then I feel like you do make rash decisions
Yeah, bro.
because you finally come to a stop, right? And then you're also high comparison mode. How other people are spending their Christmas.
Yeah,
and then you're
100%.
like,
facts. What's your thoughts, Oz?
I always view it in a way, just as you were talking of like, particularly around getting triggered, where I think for me, I'm always someone who's like geared towards like growing. And it's not just growth in terms of like, I got to, personal growth, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's in the growth of like character, where if someone's triggering me, I'm more trying to use that, like what you mentioned, as an audit to figure out, okay, what the heck is in my heart that person is triggering? Because anyone else in the same environment could be chill, but why is it triggering that specific thing in me?
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like when it comes to those family relationships, one of the biggest triggers for me is always around doing something that the family hasn't normally done. Coming from Zimbabwe, it's like, man, your career-wise, you're going to be some sort of, medical professional, probably like an engineer, lawyer. Because let's be honest, like you moved over here from the other side of the world. So you're going to do something with your life. And it's going to be one of those because you have to make us proud, justify this, the reason why you're here. And I feel like for me, my journey has been very different to the normal path. So when it came to being around family members, it was that thought of they're thinking about what the heck are you doing with your life and talking about these sort of things. And they'll always chime in with their opinions that were low-key like, jabs at like what you're doing. And for me, it just felt like, man, I can't even bring up what I'm doing around these people because it's just going to be met with criticism, judgment. So for me, I had to deal with the thought of, I don't have to do everything outside of these walls to prove something to you guys. And I feel like the biggest person for me was my dad, having to be like, man, I have to make sure that I am successful. This thing that I'm doing has to work out. Otherwise, I know I'm going to get there and he's going to have something to say. And luckily, I feel like it's taken years it's taken years to get to that point where he's like, oh, yo, I see the vision. But first, I had to get rid of the need to want to prove
Yeah.
that to him so that I can actually fully commit to what it is that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it with like a chip on my shoulder to like prove something wrong, because that's just doing it from the wrong motives.
Hard.
So going back to the family and getting triggered, it's like I'm just using that to figure out what the heck is in me
Yeah.
so that I can grow my character, and I
great.
no longer need to prove
great.
that. They'll see it in due
Yeah,
time.
that's it.
Yeah, that's
it.
great.
I can relate to that.
Mm.
I think it's like, often being met with a lack of interest in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're so pumped about what you're doing, but they don't see. And I think what hurts is like the unwillingness to want to understand, or
Yeah.
want to see, or
Ask the follow-up questions.
ask the
be
follow-up
interested.
question. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is just out of like, and so I think that definitely, like, I had to work on that one of like, oh, cool, like it's not for them to be pumped about,
Yeah.
because they don't see what I see. But it took me a while to get to that as well, because it was like, you're the ones I love the most, so you should be the most pumped about. Really, they're more concerned on safety, and their safety is based on their fear.
Yeah.
And so they speak out of their fear with criticism, which then hits you, and you're like, screw this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, that's the thing I've come to learn is criticism in someone's mind is them trying to show interest and help you.
Yeah. Even though it sucks.
It sucks, and I think it's a terrible habit to learn. Please, if that's your first response to someone, please unlearn it.
Unlearn it, but it's often what they're so critical and judgmental of themselves.
Yeah. It's just a reflection of their internal monologue, right?
That's it.
Yeah, but this is the thing is I've noticed is like if someone can't criticize you, they won't say anything.
Yeah, and
So
that's what sucks.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can criticize, but I can't give encouragement. I can't give praise. I can't validate that you're an awesome person.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hold on. Where's all this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's love, bro.
Exactly.
I listened to this epic spoken word back in the days, and he was like, it was on The Power of Your Words, and he was like, when love doesn't come out, or when your words of love are silent, death rises.
Wow.
I was like,
wow.
Yo, but how
So
true is that of like the silence just brings negativity.
Yeah.
And you're
It's I think a lot of people think like the absence of it doesn't have an impact, but it actually does. Like in terms of not saying something, it actually is saying something.
Yeah.
And people are terrible in encouragement. I've had to come to realize really quickly, because it has been a trigger for me, is so many people, especially probably in New Zealand, their first response to try and connect with you is criticism or this and that. And it's so weird. I'm like, you need to change that habit real quick.
100%.
Yeah. So if you're going to Christmas, and I would encourage you to go and encourage everybody in your family. Give love, because naturally love is the opposite of fear. So it's going to push fear out. And if you're coming in with angst, it's normally self-centered, right? So if I'm coming in with anxiousness, I'm coming in thinking about what they're going to say to me, what they're going to think about me, what they're going to. So then it's all self-centered. If you go, flip this, what can I give?
Yeah, great.
How can I go and show love? How can I go and show encouragement? Be present. Like say something nice to somebody. When you do that, everything switches off, because you're not like, I'm not focused on protecting myself. I'm focusing on loving everyone else. It could change the Christmas dynamic for sure.
100%.
Yeah, just to add on to that, I think a practice that is really good is when you are encouraging, showing love, don't attach it to a doing thing that they are doing. One thing that I listen to and I really try to practice it is, say for example, for Christmas, you could just intentionally think of a memory that you've shared with that person that year, and actually say how much that meant to you, and encourage a character trait that you felt. Facts. It's
bro.
Look,
that's
on.
That's
on.
On. That's
hard.
not. Hey,
straight up.
I wonder this guy's like. Girls in the DMs. The romantic.
No.
Hey.
I'm gonna appreciate her character.
Yeah, I'm gonna appreciate who you are. And then,
here we go.
No one has ever said this about me. Like, no. To take to the next level.
This is actually This is a tip.
Here we go.
How I learned this tip was from watching this thing around divorce prevention. And it was really, really cool. It was a divorce lawyer talking about, someone asked him, what is the best advice you could give a man about preventing their divorce. And he gave this incredible tip that he said it will cost the guy nothing. And he said every time he's given someone advice to do it, they haven't separated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
And all it was every morning you wake up,
You say something.
you write a note, leave a note, and you just think about a memory that you guys have shared in the last 48 hours. And you just say how much they meant to me. And he gives an example. He was like, he said it could be the smallest thing. Hey, that conversation that we had before bed, like, thanks for making me feel seen and heard. Really appreciate you. Boom. And he said it'll cost you 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And it'll probably
And a bit of your pride.
It'll probably prevent your divorce.
Come on.
And he was like, how much do you spend on screen time? How much do you spend on this? And you can't spend 10 seconds to conjure up.
Hey.
And then he said all the metrics that he asked the guys in the following months is sex life has gone up.
Wow.
Happiness has gone up, all of that. Because just a small investment of making your spouse feel seen, heard, loved, valued.
Hey.
Crazy.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, like, it costs the guy nothing, because I feel like it is the guy's job, first and foremost,
100%.
to love. Because I feel like
100%.
sometimes, heck, I've been guilty of this, to be like, I need to receive first before I can.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it starts with you.
Yeah,
bro.
you lead it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, if you want to receive love, you got to plant the seed for that.
That's
know?
it, bro.
Like you reap the fruit of that.
That's it, bro. That's it. Love is a verb, bro.
Fact,
Go do it.
Fact.
Go do it. You know, like the fruit or the feeling of it is the outcome of you actioning.
For sure.
the
Yeah.
verb.
Yeah.
So you're like, I can't.
Yeah, I like
I'm,
that.
I'm gonna receive.
Yeah,
Now, bro.
yeah.
Like, what you doing, bro?
100%.
What do you-
100%.
yeah.
And I think it's quite easily to feel like, oh, if I've locked it in with marriage, if I'm doing this, then I'm owed it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's like,
nah.
it's quite easy. I've been there. I'm like,
yeah.
you kind of get this sense of entitlement. And then it's like, oh, actually,
You become complacent, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've all been guilty of that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like trying to get 2 without the 1 + 1. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
doesn't make no
facts.
sense.
Yeah.
I just want to hop on something that we said earlier, just to like transition, because I feel like it's a good segue. When you mentioned around talking, appreciating the character trait and bringing that up, I think that relates perfectly to like parenting. And that was one of the questions around like relationships with, teenagers. When the question was posed, what are you struggling with right now? It was as my kids and teenagers. So I interpreted that around, okay, cool. How do I cultivate a relationship with my teenager? And I know for parents, a big struggle sometimes is like that, push and pull between being their parent and being their friend when they're a teenager. So I thought let's touch on that real quick, because it relates to relationships.
We've all worked in the youth space, bro. So,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
we got
sure.
we got some things in this one. Oh, bro, nah, that's good. I think I don't have teenagers yet, right? I'm excited for it. I think when I worked in the youth space, mainly with teenagers, what I saw were one, parents often see how can I be relevant to my kids. There's like you can look at that, but then you focus too much on like not being you. Like you're a parent.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be the friend. Like you're supposed to you're still the boundary, you're still the safety, you're still and so often those things are not relevant to a teenager when it comes to the interests. I think what parents could, especially when you look at like, oh, there's this time you have now to cultivate a better relationship with your teenager. I think the biggest switch for a parent is choosing to be curious about what they care about.
That's good.
Like it's if they care about, naturally as an adult, we have different pressures, we have different responsibilities that teenagers don't see. And so we think these are big things. But at the end of the day, if you switch to the role of a parent, teenager doesn't care about these things, right? And it's not their job to care about it.
Yeah.
As a parent, it's our job to care about them. And I think that's when you go, okay, cool. Well, if I love my son, I will choose to be interested in what they are interested in. But it's coming out of a place of love. Even if it's like so left field from what you like. If you're like, I'm a super like techie person that likes to be indoors, that doesn't play outside. Kind of like I'm not a really active kind of person, but my son is like super keen on sport. We'll choose to be super keen. You know, like I think that's where you join in relevance. It's not supposed to be like I'm gonna put all my thoughts and stuff away and try and be relevant and cool. It's like be relevant by being interested.
Yeah.
I think that's where you, if parents can begin to build relationship starting with seeing what they find fun or interested in as important, then it's like it's game changer.
Yeah.
100%.
That's actually, wow. That's on. I think that's
Straight
a
up.
great, like, as you're saying all that, I think there's some things that I've taken on just to connect with youth, full stop, has been like, doesn't cost you anything to be a cheerleader.
Hey,
But I think sometimes what I see parents do, why I connect better with their kids than they do, is because they feel almost like I don't know, so therefore I
I just
retract.
withdraw.
Yeah.
Bro.
But I'm like, if you just can be an encourager and
That's it.
present, like it's so easy. Like I've taken interest in things that I couldn't care less about, just to have
For the person.
For the person.
Yeah, because it's
And-
about the
and
person.
it's about the
not
person.
about what they're interested in.
Nah. Like, and just being present, just showing up to whatever they're doing
Yeah.
is enough.
Yeah.
Just encouraging them is actually enough. But I think either parents feel like they have to go all in and like know everything and just be able, like actually be able to do the sport or do this and do that, or they or they kind of like try and focus. I think another struggle is they focus a lot on their teenagers' behavior.
Yeah, bro. And try
and
and
then
change that.
and try and change that. And it's like, well, again, if you're just present and stop looking at the symptoms of what your teenager is doing and actually go, hey, they're probably like, I remember being in high school. It was so like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, your kid's just probably feeling pain and it's temporary. But you have the prime opportunity again to be present and encourager and someone that can love them.
100%.
It doesn't take much. I remember like even showing up to this guy's sports game and I didn't even say hello to him, but then he reported like back to his mum and dad like, oh man, it was really cool to have James there.
Oh, wow, man.
I didn't even talk to him.
Yeah, bro.
And it was just like showing up.
They're watching.
Yeah,
They're
100%.
watching.
100%.
And you giving a teenager time shows them that they're of value to you.
For sure.
You know, I remember, oh man. I remember when I worked in youth, this one kid, quite well off, or their family was quite well off, and always showed up in the new gears, bro. You know, I was like, bro, there's some nice shoes. And he's like, yeah. And then we sat down one time. I actually had like a solid convo, bro, around dad, and he's like, yeah, dad expects this of me because he's bought me this.
Wow.
And I was like, oh man, how's that? Like, you know, and he goes, one time he had an argument with dad, and dad's like, why don't you just run your head and look at what I've given you? Look at this roof, look at this, you know, look at what I've given you. And he's like, I'd happily give it all back if you gave me your time.
Oh,
wow. Wow.
I was like, yo, you said
Wow.
that to your dad?
Oh,
And his dad walked out after that, bro. Just like,
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
that's
man.
hitting
that
at something,
hits.
bro. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
bro.
on
That's
him.
hit.
No, but like, I think for most parents, man, you chose to have kids, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You know, even you didn't. You chose to go down in their bedroom. So end of the day, that's like you got to pay. That's the responsibility. That's your actions.
Yeah.
So own it. Go be a parent.
Yeah, it's no longer about me
It's
anymore.
not about you.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that
it's funny,
bar's
bro.
crazy. That bar's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
legit.
bro.
I remember.
If my teenagers, man, if Romeo said that to me.
That's when the African in you comes out.
Pardon me, but I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow, bro. I'm out. I go spend time. I'll be broke. That's me.
Facts. Get
My
to
kids
it.
gonna be better than me. Yeah, bro.
100%.
It's crazy how that much, how much it, how much it's important. Like you mentioned, we've all worked in like the youth space and seen that. And I feel like a couple of things that I've noticed is as much as we can try, because we've seen situations where, the parents aren't quite present. So we're like, yo, we'll step in, give the encouragement, all that sort of stuff. But there's only so much that we can do. But it's funny that you start to notice certain things that they're looking for in us that they're not really getting from their parents around, like, you're talking about the encouragement, being present. I remember working with a neurofit client, and one of the biggest things for him was he was essentially like feeling like he was rejected, and the person who he wasn't accepted by his mum. And you're talking about, as a parent, taking an interest in what your kid's interested in, regardless of what it is. It's no longer about you anymore. For him, he was like, I was one of those kids that I was the black sheep of the family. I was interested in heavy metal, whereas mum was like Catholic, religious, all that sort of stuff. And it was just forcing me to do all these things. And essentially, it just felt like he was rejected from his mum, not really accepting who he was. So it manifested in all this different behavior. But at the core, it's like, no, I wasn't accepted for who I was. I felt like there was something wrong with me because of that. And it's wild that these things still affect adults till this day. So thinking about that, I'm like, man, just going back to the very beginning, it's like, just looks as simple as just accepting your kids for who they are. Being there to listen, encourage, call out that, potential and the gifts that that they have, essentially.
Yeah, because no one else is.
Yeah.
Everyone else is criticizing, bro. Yeah, judging.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're a parent,
you're probably the only one encouraging them.
100%.
Yeah.
I think you need to have
they might
that.
not give it back.
Yeah.
Or they probably won't. Like,
it's not their
100%.
role to.
Yeah.
It's not their role
Yeah,
to.
like parents expect so much from their kids,
Right.
and it's like, hold on a minute.
Yeah,
Like,
the kids.
you're the adult. So just,
You're the adult.
like literally. And like one other thing is like, your kids are going to far remember like you being there than what they achieved. And it's like when you show up to a sports game and you're looking at what the score is, they're looking at, are you there?
Yeah, facts.
And they're not going to remember.
And that's what melts my heart, bro. Because it's like, I think if I look back at my childhood, right? When you're a kid, you don't appreciate it because you don't see it as a sacrifice. You don't see the parent. But I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bro, like I remember a memory comes up by like playing basketball, right? And we had like 6 a.m. trainings. Back then we lived in Darfield. So like cool 35-minute drive in for a 6 a.m. training.
Wow.
I don't have a license.
Dang.
So my mum works at school. My mum's like, all right, cool. I'll get up early and I'll drive you.
Wow.
Dang.
To get to school at 6 a.m. for training. She brings a blanket in the car. So I go into training and she then just sleeps in the car for a little bit.
Wow.
Every week.
Wow.
And then when school opens, she goes in.
Whoa.
Sheesh, man. That's love right there.
You know, I'm like,
wow.
But as a teenager, I didn't see that.
No.
I see it now, though.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
And that's the only thing you see.
Yeah.
You don't care about the 16.
No, I can't remember what
happened.
Exactly.
You don't have the perspective. But I think because of that, I remember hearing this thing about, kids when they're at different stages, like when they're young, they're talking about like, man, before the age of 10, like you're essentially telling them what to do. As soon as they start to getting into teens, you're more of like a coach. And then once they're adults, you're more of like a friend. I think it's situations like that where you don't have the perspective when you're younger. But as you get older, as an adult now, you start to respect it a whole lot more. And that's what cultivates the relationship that parents want with their kids prematurely in a way, where it's like, no, that's reserved for when they're adults.
Yeah, for
when
sure.
the perspective is finally there for you to appreciate those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So many almost parents, they criticize instant gratification, but they're wanting that themselves. You know what I mean? I need to have a well done by my kid. I'm like, he's 6 and just won a participation award. Chill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, was your mum reminding you every time? Like, because
but she did set the bar of how I should be a parent.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Because now I'm like, well, that's the bare minimum.
That's
my job. It's to serve you. Because you can't serve yourself.
No.
Anyway.
Oh, that's so
we
good.
can go,
bro. I didn't even have kids.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm gonna have kids now.
Hey, are you uncle to us?
Yeah. I've got plenty of kids around. I've got plenty of kids.
Bro, come on now.
Speaking about mums, I feel like this will be one before we touch on, like, I guess, relationships, about post breakup, how we deal with that. Before we move on to that,
look at that, you mate.
This is good.
There's like,
I'm like,
go listen to that lawyer. You know,
I'm just thinking, I was like, why am I invited to this program? I get it.
Yeah, this is so good. Around the topic of struggling with, we had a submission. This is what they said. They said, as a mum, I often feel unloved and unappreciated by everyone. How can I make myself feel loved? I know we've touched on it a little bit, but I was like wondering, is there anything else that you guys, insights that you might have to add to this topic just before we move on?
Well, as a mum of 4, no. That's so the primary thing she's asking is how can I love myself?
Yeah, how can I make myself feel loved because I'm not receiving it and I'm feeling unappreciated
Yeah,
by
cool.
the people around me?
That's such a great question.
Mm.
This is the thing: is like, which hat do you put on? Because the first hat, my first response in hearing that is like, who the heck is around you?
Mm.
That's how you feel. That sucks. Like, it really does suck.
Well, often as a mum, no one is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're isolated as heck.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like it's very hard. So you got kids. It's very hard to make time
Yeah.
for friendships
Yeah.
unless the friends also have kids.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even in those moments, you're all looking after kids.
Yeah. You're not really
Right.
connecting. Eh?
Yeah. So like that part's really hard. I think I'm like, it's gonna come down to your husband.
Yeah.
Or your partner. Like, your kids are not meant to make you feel loved.
No.
You're meant to love your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They don't know. They're learning. They're discovering how to give what's in them. But they're like they're looking to build themselves, right?
Mm.
But but like, there's a lot of people, let's be honest. It's quite easy. I'm sure she's already thinking, gotta change my husband, but in most cases could be single mom.
Yeah.
Or it could be like, let's be honest, guys are really slow to change. If not, they won't. So that's a really hard predicament. Like, community.
Let's go to if you're a single mom. One, ups to you, because I don't know how you do it. Right? Like, that's different. If you're a single mom, like, you got to cherish every little moment with your kids where your kids say, like, show love. There's always gonna be moments where your kid gives you a hug. So you gotta be like, I mean, like, I am doing a good job here. You got to cherish moments like that. Choose to see it every day. But if there is if you don't have a partner to share the load, so no one sees you feel unappreciated, no one sees what you're doing, then it goes back to like, cool, I'd probably go, do I have family? And can I build a deeper connection with them? My parents, my sister, or something like that. If I don't, then I go, you gotta get out and get some friends to really see you.
Yeah.
If there's a partner or a husband in play, their job is to love you. Like, that is their primary role. Deciding to be with you is to love you. And if they gave you them kids, yeah, bro, that's on him. So I think in this situation, if it was my wife, which I know she's definitely been at, and I had to shift, because if my wife is going, oh, I don't feel loved or appreciated, and I just feel like I'm a tool being used by serving everybody. It can only go on for so long.
Yeah.
Right. And so then I know, well, my job here is to love my wife, and my wife will feel loved by me.
Yeah.
Not my kids. And so I would say in this situation, if you are married or have a partner, whoever asked that question, send this to your husband. But you're.
Yeah, but in reality, guys don't step up.
Yeah, where they need to.
Yeah.
But that's why in reality, that's why separations is the thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's always about what
guys
can I do?
think I've done well outside the home.
Yeah.
So my home should honor me. When in fact, you've done well outside the home. You're not doing well in the home.
Yeah.
So you don't deserve jack in the
right.
home.
That's right.
There's a different role you put on. How you perform and achieve outside the house has no relation to how you perform and achieve inside the house.
Yeah.
And I think what I know as guys, we think, look what I've done. Everyone out here says I'm awesome. Then I go home, you guys don't see me. And then we fall in this trap of like silence at home, not present, thinking about that. When actually, you got to see what's happening here, because this is your domain more than workers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm like, a guy needs to step up to make his wife or partner feel loved. It's not on the kids.
Yeah.
And often girls don't want to ask.
100%.
So
because I feel like that, as guys, naturally, I feel like when that situation is brought up, it's like, oh, I failed, or I get defensive. Heck, I've been in this boat as well, but it's not about it's also as if having this conversation with your husband, it's not about their reaction as much as I've done my job bringing it out and actually putting it on the table. That's my responsibility. How they receive it is more on them, and you can navigate that as you go. But I think actually bringing it out is the main. And then for that, it allows them to be able to, I guess, work on their reaction because you can't change them. It's up to them. But actually bringing it out allows them to see for themselves. I mean, it helped me see, dang, where my wife tells me areas that I need to step up, why do I get defensive? And I knew I had to go and do some work on myself around that sort of stuff
Yeah.
so that I can lift my game, you know?
But again, look, you two are built different. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, no one's that self-aware. In reality, let's be honest, like, no one's actually going to be that self-aware where even just saying it's the husband's responsibility, I would say 90% of men
Don't see it as that.
don't see it as that.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of like an interesting question. I would say like one technique that I've learned to try and get yourself out of a stuck moment around not feeling loved is writing down. You ask yourself a question, which is, what are the earliest memories do I have where I've experienced true love? And you actually write a list, and then you do that for a person as well. When has my spouse, like, when's the last memory that we shared where I feel most loved by him? And that, what that does is shift this heart posture towards being like, oh, okay, even that he's not perfect, he did actually meet me where I was at this time. And then you try and actually recultivate that or give him the opportunity to do that again.
Yeah.
And that way it's like you have a bit of control now.
Yeah.
And to be like, okay, cool. He might not be the most self-aware. He might be super distracted and busy. It's an unrealistic expectation for him to be super self-aware. But what I could do is create this opportunity again for us to connect and for me to feel loved.
Like love begets love.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's a nice way. Like, this one guy shared a story about how he asked himself that question. And all it was when he was young, him and his dad never told him that he loved him. But when he asked that question, he remembered this environment where him and his friend was at their house, and his dad divided the pizza between the three of them. And then they ate their pizza super fast, and the dad's like, oh, you can have mine. And then a week later, he went to his friend's house. The same thing happened, but the dad ate all his pizzas, like all the pizza.
And he could see.
Yeah, he could see, oh, that was actually, even though my dad never said he loves me,
that was
a moment where he served me and he showed me love. But what that did is it shifted in his heart to instead of saying, I'm a victim, and going, my dad never said he loved me. He never loved me.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, actually, I've shifted and reframed.
Yeah.
He didn't have the tools to show that, but he showed it this way.
He could choose to see it.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. And I think that's a good one, because when you're so, as a mom, when you're so in it with kids screaming at you and serving everybody, and you're like, at the end of the day, you're like, I've got nothing left, and I feel unappreciated, because on that day you may have been no appreciation.
Yeah.
Doing that to be like, oh, but I just didn't see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did get it this week when my husband brought me a coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
But I just didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
Because
Yeah.
I've taken it for granted.
Yeah.
One thing that was really awesome is, I think when we talk about like a male taking on the role to like show love, for most of the time, it's not like, yes, we can talk love languages, but most of the time a woman wants to feel heard,
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like that's like, I asked the person, like, oh, when was the last time you actually felt love in your relationship? A client of mine, and she was like, when we first got together. And I was like, okay, cool. She's like, we used to talk a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, okay. You don't talk anymore. You know, but I think that's where like most husbands are quiet, bro. We go silent, right? One thing Hannah and I started doing was we do date nights. I ChatGPT questions.
Exposed.
Bro,
Hannah.
hey, she knows.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, she knows.
What do you think about the socio-economic state of the world?
Hey. No. I'm like, I give a good prompt. I'm like, hey, we've been bogged down with kids for the last 4 weeks, going on a date tonight. We're married 10 years or 11 years. And I'm like, what are some good questions to spark
Oh,
like
like,
fun,
White is
intimacy?
blonde. 5'3".
Bro, legit. Bro, it's game changer. It is game changer.
Just copy and paste your whole bio. Wait.
This is your Instagram profile.
Yeah,
This is your
yeah.
Facebook profile. This is
a coffee order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's bougie.
Prompt now.
She really
Prompt
likes
now.
bro. Oh man. Anyway, come back. But I tell you, and bro, some questions are dope, right? So one of it was like, what is something, and we go through and like, what is something that you appreciate about each other that you don't often say?
Oh,
That's
So-
good.
And I was like, oh, I checked
killed
it.
it.
So I was like, went through that, and we're both like, oh, what is something? And I was like, I don't mention this often enough, but I appreciate the fact that you treat being a mum like I treat my job. You upskill. You want to get better. You research.
Cool.
You know. And I was like, I appreciate and value that because that's what I do to be better at my job. And I view it as you're upskilling to be a better mum than what you were yesterday. And she broke down in tears.
Oh.
And she was like, I didn't realize you thought that.
Oh.
You know? And I'm like, well, I didn't know I thought that
That's
until
sweet.
I had the question.
Yeah,
prompted.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
So I'm like,
It's all there.
it's
Yeah,
there.
facts.
We just need the right questions.
Yeah,
to
you
be
just
like,
need old Chetty
Yeah,
to
"Chet,
come
take
in
on
clutch.
now.
Hey, it's free. Come on.
Hey,
Yeah,
husbands, I
that's
just gave
great.
you a good thing to do here, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Just don't
Anyway,
tell your wife that it's ChatGPT.
no, tell her.
No.
Tell her.
Be
But
transparent.
Hannah's like, I love the fact that you prep with questions for our date.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
that's
yeah,
sweet.
because I'm taking time to do that.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
that proves all you're built different, bro. Because your parents demonstrate that. And for those who don't know, Rico's parents have worked in the marriage space for gone on like 20 years, that sort of thing, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
One of the things that they recommended at one of the workshops that my wife and I attended was doing exactly that and just having a chat with your wife. But as you mentioned that, it reminded me of last night. They have this thing called couch time, and I'm pretty sure you probably remember this,
Yeah, I
where it's
remember
like
that.
you get home from work, and before anything gets in, you know, the craziness of, you know, getting dinner ready, putting the kids to bed, all that sort of stuff. They talked about having couch time. It could be like 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever your life looks like, where you just sit down and just go over the day. I remember we did that yesterday with my wife. I got home and it was just go. Got to feed baby, you know, bath him, getting ready for bed. I put him down and I get back to the couch. I'm like, oh, you know, she's watching a TV series and I'm just like, you know, hold on, let's just have a bit of a chat. Like, how's your day? And she was like, oh, okay, cool, you know, sat down there. And it's funny, as soon as she started talking, it's like, what could have been, you know, a 5-minute conversation. She's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that I was talking so much. But she's like, so lively, emotive, that sort of thing. And it's like, oh, wow, we connected. And then anything else from that, it's like her mood improves. And it's just like those small
That little
things.
connection, bro.
That little connection of just
Right.
like, before everything gets crazy or even just after, making sure you have that couch time. Otherwise, the person I'm living with starts to become a stranger, you know, just like
that's
a flatmate in a way.
Awesome.
Bro, time moving on, bro.
Yeah,
What's that?
yeah.
So the next,
Facts,
hey,
facts.
Gotta get to the juice, bro.
Yeah, I feel like
If you need to skip, bro, just go straight to the
Yeah,
juice, bro.
yeah. I reckon self-sabotage in romantic relationships will be a good one, and then we can cover a couple hard, you know, hitting
Yeah, great.
topics. So self-sabotage in relationships. What do y'all have to?
That's so interesting. I saw that one there and I was like, I just had a conversation about me in this.
Oh, come on now.
Oh,
Man.
it's time to get vulnerable.
Come on now. Let's go, bro.
No, I've
The
actually.
man that ain't got time to be triggered. bro.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
Let's just
yeah.
get vulnerable real quick.
Yeah, nah, facts. Well, it's real interesting because I've probably come to this realization that I'm struggling to find attraction in people, and there's been people come my way, and I'm like, just nothing there. But then there's been a couple of people that I'm like, there has been a little bit of attraction, and I've realized that I am attracted to toxic people.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's real interesting because I'm like,
when you say toxic people,
Oh,
are
like-
we talking like
Yeah,
elaborate.
just baddies, bro? Like
no. Well,
Red flags.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I can fix you.
Yeah.
What
I
do
think
you
it's
say?
a
One of
two-
those?
Well, it depends how deep
Hey.
you want to go.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Who cares? Well, it's quite interesting because I think the the narrative or belief that I've had, which I feel like I'm beginning to discover, is you get over it. So like my belief is I'm not good enough, and then I feel like I've compartmentalized overcoming it in different ways. So I'm not good enough in this, like let's just say friendships, business, and all that. I've overcome it. The fruit of that has been great success, and then it's healed the narrative that I've lived when I felt not good enough, and actually been like, oh, I actually felt, free from that. I think the current thing that I'm struggling with is I look at a healthy person, and this is all subconscious, not emotive.
Yeah.
All it is I feel zero attraction for them. And I honestly believe it's because I feel like I don't deserve them. And so a healthy person comes my way.
Yo.
Yeah.
Dang.
Healthy person comes my way. I'm like, oh, okay, there's nothing there. And then a toxic person, like someone in a relationship that's kind of a little bit of a mess. I'm like, that's the one.
Wow.
But it's literally because I'm like, like a constant narrative for me is like, I'm never someone's first choice.
Yeah.
And so them being in a relationship kind of makes me feel like, oh, okay, trying to be like, oh, I want to be that person's first choice. And that would validate that for me. Or it's kind of like they need me because they're broken.
Yeah.
I honestly wrote out recently, just trying to discover this. I was like, I feel like I don't deserve to be with someone unless they're broken.
Wow.
Because I feel like I'm broken in that way. So it's like, if someone doesn't have a messy past, then it's like straight away zero attraction. But this is how it goes: zero attraction. It's not like
so your body's defense is already up. Like it won't let that in.
And I literally sit there, and it's weird because it feels like a superpower because it's like I'm not interested in women. But then I'm like, and then someone comes up, and I'm like, oh, why am I interested in you? That clearly does not tick any of the boxes. It's real weird, but yeah, I feel like what I'm doing is
that's crazy.
It's
bro.
actually self-sabotaging
Yeah,
potential relationships, and because I've started this thing.
Wow.
It was only probably 2 months ago. I started this thing of I don't want to betray my future self, and so right now I'm seeing
That's
a lot
good.
of I'm getting a lot of wind and success. But I had this reflection moment of being like, I don't want to turn 30 in 3 years' time and look back and being like, there's all these girls that I rejected that I'm turning 30 and I'm going to be single. And I'm like, I just missed out and said no because I was just so like uninvested and interested in this.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, cool. How do I invest into my future self so I don't end up 30 and being like, I've been so blind. And one of it is being like, why these are the questions I don't even have the answers to, but how do you cultivate a healthy attraction for someone when you're actually not attracted to them? You know what I mean? Like, is it even possible? Obviously the inward work, probably the fruit of that would be that. But yeah, super interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, because at the moment it's like not toxic.
Yeah.
It's just this weird dynamic of, okay, cool, there's been a few people that have shown interest in me. I should be interested in them. They tick all the boxes, but I'm not.
Oh, bro, can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, come on now. Hey,
Yeah,
coach is on, baby.
Come on.
Coach is on.
When an attractive, put together person, healthy person, we class as toxic and healthy, right? Like, we're talking about like you got a past, you don't really have a past, you never more put together. Because that attraction is automatically not there. Do you ever take time to, or is there like, I'm gonna go and build a relationship with this person anyway, or is it kind of like, well?
No, it's just don't even see the point. I think part of it though is I feel like we have nothing, like I can't connect with them.
Which is a massive lie because you can connect with anyone.
Yeah,
but you know, but like we know that for you know that too.
That's a good point.
You know that too, right?
Yeah, I think the connection that I'm marking as a romantic one is toxic.
Yeah. So now it's like, I'm sabotaging the willingness to build a connection and build a healthy attraction. So then I'm looking at like, I've got this attraction that comes from the book cover. And so the attraction that comes from the book cover, that must mean I should build a relationship, find out what's in the book.
Got you.
When really a healthy attraction could be like, I've discovered what's in this book and I love it.
Yeah, got you.
but I don't like the book cover because what's inside my book doesn't quite look like it will be accepted by this book cover.
That's good. Yeah.
If that makes sense. So
That's
it's
great.
like it's
Great analogy.
And so naturally, like I'm like the attraction can definitely be there because what's in you, if we go down this book cover thing, what's in your book has been worked on. So you're not your past. There might be a fear of rejection of discovery of your past. And so, this person will definitely reject if once they know. So I might as well just keep myself safe now.
Yeah, for sure.
And
yeah.
But this person, you ain't got no right to judge, you know? And so naturally I'm like, I'm open to be accepted here.
Because they have no right to judge. Wow.
So it's like the fear of judgment.
Oh, that's a
rejection,
penny drop moment. Crazy. Yeah.
So I think,
maybe
I think
that's cool.
there's like, it's not about like, I'm going to go and take this risk now. It's more about like, let's go do a thought detox.
Yeah.
Why do I fear letting this person in?
Yeah.
Or showing this person the light of day? What's the danger that will happen on that?
Yeah.
I think what you would discover after is that you can actually see past the book cover.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And probably see that you could be connected with that.
Come on.
Oh, come on, coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's such a great connection. It's cool because there's a part of me that doesn't want to do that because right now it's definitely a superpower to not be distracted by a woman. I'm like,
it's keeping me safe,
mate. No, right now my life is easy. I just no one's taking up my thought life. I don't have someone to respond to.
But if you go back to what am I going to do for my future self?
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I had that moment. That moment.
That's the big thing, eh?
So yeah. Anyway.
100%. No, I love it. I love it. Just for the sake of time, I feel like, let's transition into that topic. Porn.
Hey.
It's one of those big things.
Porn.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, you talk to certain circles, and I feel like now maybe it's just my algorithm, but there's starting to be more of like an awakening, if you want to call it that. That
an
porn
awakening
does damage the brain, relationships.
100%.
It's not good for you. Whereas previously people would have probably seen it as like, oh no, it's just a thing. You can, get the tension out, that sort of stuff. But obviously we know, heck, I've struggled with it. So it's like, let's bring it out. How can people actually get free from this?
Yeah.
Let's not just talk about it. Let's actually talk about how do people actually receive freedom.
Yeah, how do you get free from this?
Yeah.
Ooh, bro.
Because we know there's some relationships out there where it's that skeletons in the closet sort of thing.
Hey, with that,
for sure.
Yeah,
or like
husband be taking their phones to the bathroom, bro, and being there for a while. Yeah, I
bro,
get you.
Hey,
that happens. I also think like I remember, when I was in some dating things, you would watch it together, which also isn't healthy either.
Facts.
Because you're literally not building intimacy with one another.
No.
You're building attraction.
You're building a fantasy
Yeah,
that
facts.
you both have to live up to.
Yeah.
That's not sustainable.
No.
You know? And you're also saying, well, this is where we are intimate.
Yeah.
This is the only
We have to turn it on
intimacy.
that way. Yeah.
And so then I train my brain to go, I can only be intimate once I watch this.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's a fantasy. Of people I don't know. To then go, we need to be this, and if we can't be this, we're not meant to be together.
Oh,
100%.
Sexual attraction is the marker of like this intuitiveness of this person's my soulmate, which is just an absolute lie. It is an absolute lie. Which is just no, it's not love at all.
That's lust.
No, facts.
And let's not get it twisted. This isn't just like a guy thing. There are some females out there who watch it too.
Oh, for sure,
who are struggling with it.
For sure.
So it doesn't just probably goes more in the male direction for sure.
Yeah.
But it's still both.
It's still both ends.
Yeah.
Well, for the single guys out there, come on now. I honestly am.
Talk to them, bro.
Well, nah,
Talk to them.
Look, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I know the trigger that initiates the desire, right?
Okay.
And the trigger that initiates the desire is loneliness. I think is a huge one, and just almost like I feel like rejection is another trigger. I think we guys experience micro rejection often. And we live in a culture where that's acceptable. And so I think a lot of guys at the moment in culture is people are super low risk on showing attraction for one another or trying to date or whatever thing or anything like that. or trying to build a relationship with the opposite sex. And what I always see is just like eye contact and then them looking away or them checking their phone is all these like mini micro rejections
true.
that a guy experiences. And then to solve that is to try and fill that hole with porn. But the real thing is I feel like what happens is if you're not actually having deep relationships in general, then because all that the desire is you're covering up pain with porn. And then if you're not having deep relationships with your peers, which can be platonic, a lot of people think, oh, I'm just a man, I've got testosterone, I just need to blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it's a lie. You actually just need to actually feel connected, loved, heard, seen. And you can actually do that with platonic relationships with your friends. And I think so many people can have 100 interactions a day and then leave home and feel lonely.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me because I had, like, if I look at when I struggled with porn and later on being able to deal with pain in my heart, the biggest pains in my heart was rejection and loneliness.
Yeah.
Right. And so rejection and loneliness, then you add on what you do to cover it. Now we bring on guilt and shame. Right. And so guilt and shame, when you look at behavior, my behavior is going to be rejected now.
Yeah.
So like I'm looking at porn, if I tell anyone, I'm going to be judged and rejected and I'll end up worse. So now it's like, I'm going to keep it. And so when I look at it back, when I worked, like I'd had my fear of rejection in my behavior look like I'm going to be the extrovert in the room, super charismatic, have heaps of friends. Yet when I went home,
it wasn't like that.
Still felt. Right. So it's like through the day, those people covered my pain. And then I went home and felt lonely and rejected. Right. I felt lonely and not wanted. Or not good enough. That kind of stuff. And so then when I'm at home, what else is going to cover my pain? Oh, porn. Okay, cool. Go tomorrow. It's going to be better. Be better. And then when you be better, people like it more. So then I get more attention. And so then I'm like riding this wave of like getting it from people and then like, bam, the reality of what's going on in my heart. When I dealt with the fear of not being wanted and loneliness, the need to cover pain wasn't there.
Wow.
So it's so much easier to go, I don't need that anymore. It's so much
becomes irrelevant.
It comes it's like, why am I picking up? I don't have an appetite. For it. What it also did is it actually lessened my friendship circle. Because now I didn't need a whole bunch of people to have this appearance to show up in the right way for, to be seen and not rejected in a certain way. So then my friendships went smaller and got deeper.
Great.
And then I actually felt seen.
Great.
Vulnerable, heard. Even though on paper, Rika, you're more lonely because you have less friends. When I have deeper level of friends and I feel more seen when you're not even there.
Great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know,
so true.
I think that was for me, that was game changer.
100%.
That's cool.
And it's definitely one of those things where if you're talking about relationships, like you mentioned, you build it up as this big thing. If I tell people, what are they going to think? What is my partner or spouse going to think if they find out about this? And it ends up,
and they do always find out. They act like you don't.
For sure.
100%.
Come on now.
You just rather them find out from you than from something else happening. For sure. But for me, I remember it was that one thing where it's like, no, this is like the skeletons in my closet. I was like, she's going to leave me. If she finds out, I'm going to lose my friends. They're not going to think as highly of me anymore. My reputation is going to blah, blah, blah. And it went more from like, no, I want to get this thing out of my life. But now it's like, no, it could come at the cost of all these things. So it's like, that was the hurdle that I had to jump to be able to, actually kick this thing out of my life, to be like, if my wife leaves me, if I lose all my friends, don't matter as long as I got this thing out in a way. It wasn't until I got there that I was like, actually, this thing actually has no power. But one of the biggest things is actually having people who you can talk to Otherwise, if you're doing it alone, it's tough. So
yeah.
actually getting it out into the light, talking to some people about it, people who you know, if you're a guy, talk to your guy friends about it. You may be surprised. Some other people, I mean, I remember coming out with it and telling one of my close friends, and they were like, "Yo, appreciate it."
Yeah.
And then, I think it was like literally that same day or like the next day, they came back to me and they're like, "Yeah, I'm actually struggling too, bro." I was like, I wouldn't even know.
They just needed someone to be
100%.
open and honest.
For sure.
Yeah, you never know what your strength in telling someone could unlock in another person as well.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And then I think for the people there that don't feel this guilt and shame.
Yeah.
Game and show. Just going, Oi, gee, that game and show, gee. But I think the guilt and shame, people, because some people, it's quite normal to interact with your partner, share it with the boys. Hey, look at this video, this and that. It's quite common in culture that that's acceptable. But it is brain rot, and it's also like intimacy is not built through a screen, and it will be having an impact on your spouse. She's lying to you,
thinking that it's not.
She's lying to you. You've convinced her you need this outlet, and she can't provide it because your libido is higher than hers. Whatever. That's usually the ramble, and so you get permission to do this. It is affecting her. She is not doing okay.
Even if they don't know, your expectation of what it's supposed to be.
It's also going to take it, and it's going to ruin your sex life as well. But for sure. But so many people like insert into their relationship, marriage, once the sex chemistry lowers, they go, let's just add this in, or you do that more because I've had kids now and I don't have that. It's just such a bad thing to introduce into your marriage. It will be brain rotting you. It's not leading your kids well. It's actually will be affecting your wife, whether she's lying. She'll be lying to herself.
Sex life like a microwave.
Oh.
You know, like it's thinking of like, oh, cool, like we just watched this. We now should both be like ready to go.
No,
bro, where's the build up? Where's the chase? Where's the like be a husband and like start in the morning?
But where's the love? I know. Where's the love?
Like,
honestly, it's just this Netflix kind of like, I want this, boom.
You should know I want this now.
It's
you should now
silly.
give it to me.
It's silly. And like this, I mean, like even going back to that, the one thing that would actually increase your sex life, and your wife's libido is dictated by how much love she's felt. It's nothing to do with like aging kids. It's got nothing to do with aging kids. Why? Because so many times I see people separate in their 40s and then they go meet someone and then their first thing is like, oh, we have our sex life is great, and they've got like 4 kids each. I'm like, it's got nothing to do with kids. It's got nothing to do with that. It's actually got to do with how much does your wife actually feel
100%
loved, seen, heard, and valued. And if you actually just pursued that, your sex life would be great. And so you don't need to introduce anything.
Intimacy, bro.
Intimacy. But it's just such a lie that it's like a quick fix. Oh, let's just watch some porn. Or the wife gives you permission, even with other people. Let's be honest.
Which
and
is
it's
so
like,
sad.
it's so sad. It's absolutely sad. But
for the people that are struggling with porn right now, and you're like, I want to like, on a brain perspective in terms of like chemical output. I remember reading a medical journal of like, you have like a 2-year supply of dopamine.
2-year supply of dopamine.
Yeah, so like naturally, your body has like this 2-year supply of dopamine, and it gives dopamine, in healthy doses. Right? When you have crack, that 2-year supply, comes out. Hence why you now start upping the dose to get that first big hit. When you look at porn, same thing. So that whole supply is like boom. Oh, I need to get that. So then you end up going like more towards hardcore, and it has to get next level to get that hit again. Dopamine, and so that's why it's like, if I just try and stop doing it, it's not going to work, because it's like, can you just stop being a crack addict tomorrow? Not so much, unless you worked on what that dopamine was covering in the first place. There's a different ball game. But what can help is to switch up. How can I get serotonin to increase? The dopamine is always a quick cover of pain with pleasure. So pleasure is always going to cover my pain. Serotonin is going to make me feel good in who I am. And so if I can replace, so relationships are going to increase serotonin. Going for a walk is going to increase serotonin. Right, so if I can increase my buildup of serotonin, I'm going to decrease the want for a dopamine
hit. Got you.
hit right now.
Great.
Naturally, as you're scrolling, you'll begin to you see how dopamine just numbs. Your guard goes down. You feel yuck. Serotonin is the opposite. And so if you're looking like, oh, how can I can I build better relationships? That's probably the biggest thing. Can I go and be generous? Show love. You will naturally build serotonin.
Great.
So naturally, if I'm doing things, if you're looking at thoughts that's sabotaging that, you're going to deal with the guilt, the shame, the rejection stuff. But if you think of it's just a dopamine versus serotonin battle. And can I live a life that makes me appreciate myself?
That's cool.
The battle begins to shift a bit more.
100%.
Yeah, bro.
Sure.
I don't know what the time is, bro, by the way, but I'm like,
I think that's a good time to end. It's about 8:30. So
okay.
Oh,
yeah,
hard.
That's
hey,
good.
But that was good, man. We need to do another one of these, bro. Next year, because these topics are on.
Yeah, wow.
Are on.
There's some.
there's
some
barely
touched it.
We didn't get
barely
to all
touched
the goodies.
it.
We didn't get to all the goodies, but hey, maybe next year we kick the year off with another one.
Yeah, great.
And we just continue some of the questions. But just want to say thanks to everyone that obviously watched us. Thanks to you guys showing up.
No, thanks for having us.
Having some just open real talk.
Yeah.
Allowing me to question you.
Yeah. Hey, that was on.
This is just what happens in our normal chat.
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you're like,
this is very normal.
Bro, was this staged? No, this is our natural friendship. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's been built over years.
Yeah.
Of tears, vulnerability,
Yeah,
and so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this is the type of deep connection.
Yeah.
That
you need.
That you need.
Facts,
It's good.
it.
It's good. But hey, catch you in the next episode. Let's
How
go.
good?
Have a great holiday, team.
How good? That was on.
Come on now.
It was
on.
That was nice.
Press record too, bro.
I did, bro. Hey.